Hey guys, this is Chris with Financial Fitness, and I got some questions in the comments about protein. How much? Where do I get it from? You know, what's the deal with protein? And for some reason, well, I know the reason, but every time I mention high protein, people think you got to drink a protein powder. And that is absolutely not the case. I've drank buckets of that crap, and I think all it's done for me over the years is give me gas. We need to be getting our protein from our food, our nutrition. That's where we need to be getting, everything from. There is a place for protein powders if you're not getting enough in your diet. Nutrition. If you're not getting enough throughout the day, and you can supplement, because it's a supplement, your diet with a protein powder. I don't recommend it because when you drink your calories, you're more than likely going to store some of that as fat because it's too big of a hit at one time. So avoid drinking calories. If you ever drink something, and you know what I'm talking about, milkshake, something heavy, and you crash, it was too big of a hit on your system. And that's how you store calories. And it took me a little while to figure this out. I actually got a blood sugar monitor. When I was really going down the rabbit hole of nutrition and really trying to get lean, I would eat, check my blood sugar. I would drink, my protein shake, check my blood sugar. And I got a really big blood sugar spike out of protein shakes, and I thought that was odd. But anyway, so avoid drinking your calories. Now, where do I get my protein from as far as food? Chicken, fish, salmon, beef's a good one. But just know, and you'll know this when you start putting your calories in your calculator, you'll realize how fast you run out of fat. Fat's really easy to get too much of because I'll go over the macros at the end of the video. But there's a lot of fat in beef. Even though it's lean cut, there's still, like chicken's almost no fat. White fish is almost no fat. Salmon's loaded with fat. And yes, they're good fats. I'm not saying they're not good fat and don't eat them. You can eat anything you want. I just would encourage you to stay away from sugar, processed carbs, and log everything. Because when you start putting stuff in there, you're going to know, it's like, whoa, I'm way over just because I ate that tablespoon of peanut butter, because it's fat. So a lot of you heard me say this. I'll say it again. There's 3 macronutrients. There's protein, there's carbohydrates, and there's fat. There's 4 calories in 1 gram of protein, there's 4 calories in 1 gram of carbohydrate, and there's 9 calories in 1 gram of fat. So it's more than double the other ones. That's why most all diets, I'm going to call it nutrition plan. I got a nutrition plan. I don't do a diet usually. Is low fat. Because it's so easy to go over. And I don't care what diet you're on. You can be on the keto diet. If you're eating too much fat, you will get fat. If you're eating too much protein, you will store that as fat. Your body will break it down and store it. So at the end of the day, it is a calories in, calories out thing. So I hope that covered some of the protein stuff. And there's one more really cool thing about protein that I think is awesome. It's called the thermal effect of food. It takes 30% of the protein that you eat to digest the protein. It's like 30% free calories. And that is the moral of the story. That is the biggest trick, is to diet on as many calories as possible. That way you're not hungry all the time, because nobody likes to be hungry all the time. So you've got your LifeSum app. You went through the thing. You selected high protein or keto or whatever you want. I select high protein. And I make my first meal. I eat half and then I eat the other half. I make my next meal, I eat half, and then I eat the other half, 3 hours apart. So you're trying to break these meals up into small sections, and this is how everybody I know does it that's in the fitness industry. I've talked to models and bodybuilders, all of them do this. They eat 5 or 6 times a day. They eat small meals, and what that does is it jacks your metabolism up. You're feeding it, and your metabolism runs up, and then you start to dip, and you feed it. And you're bumping your metabolism up. You're lifting weights. You're making your body hungry, and you're getting that motor going, ready to burn those calories. And if you're heavy on the protein, you're more than likely going to build a little bit more muscle than not. Diets that are high in fat and carbohydrates and low in protein are always a bad diet for for muscle gain and excellent for fat gain. So just know that a diet low in protein is going to be rough for building muscle. And the books that I have been through, this is probably my favorite one. This is Bigger, Leaner, Stronger by Michael Matthews. There's a ton of stuff in here. I mean, it is probably the best. This was excellent for doing the exercises. Arnold Schwarzenegger's Encyclopedia of Modern Bodybuilding. It's a big book. And there's a ton of information in here. I got a lot from there, but most of my stuff I got from using these earbuds, listening to podcasts, listening to supermodels, and you start hearing the same things over and over and over and over about macros and tricks they used. And that's how I come up with all my recipes. I've bought recipe books and I put my spin on them. I would encourage you, I'm going to put it up here. You can click on the playlist and just go through and watch the pancake videos, all the oat and egg videos, the steamed broccoli, the cabbage, all the different ways to cheat your way through this. Because if you can get to your goal eating a bunch of food high in protein, people are going to be looking at you. They used to look at me at work and go, how do you eat that much food? You're going to be fat. You're going to be so big you won't be able to fit in your truck. They told me this stuff. But they didn't know. They don't know that I know what I'm doing. All they know is they see eating a bunch of food. But there's a big difference between eating a bunch of cabbage, chicken, and nutritious stuff than eating a bunch of peanut butter and really high caloric stuff. So I hope y'all got something out of this. I'm going to keep these little tips coming because this is the kind of stuff that helped me along my journey. I hope y'all have an awesome day. Like and subscribe and ring the bell. I'll see you tomorrow.